Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Today I'll be reviewing the Revoltech Amazing Yamaguchi Attack Titan, also known as Titan Eren from the series Attack on Titan. Now this is the first Amazing Yamaguchi Titan figure that they've released so far. They will be doing the female and armored Titan, and I believe they have announced a bunch of others, some of them being posable figures, some of them being sort of more static, but Kyoto will be doing a lot of Attack on Titan stuff. And Eren is the first of the lot, and in typical Amazing Yamaguchi style, this is somewhat stylized, but not nearly as crazy as some of the other figures they've done in the past. Now, compared to a lot of other Amazing Yamaguchi figures, this is pretty light on the accessories. So we get the figure itself, we get a few different hands, we get a stand for the figure, as well as a sort of windswept actiony sort of hair, and a tool to move the eyes. Now, it is a really simple loadout. It's fine enough just because the character doesn't really have, like a weapon or something like that to carry around. They could have had sort of impact effects or action effects like they do with some of their My Hero figures, but generally it's okay. What isn't okay is that there was a pre-order bonus or store exclusive faceplate that you could get for the figure, which is a mouth open sort of shouting-ish face, and that feels like it is pretty damn necessary for a figure like this, especially with the hyper-articulation and nature of the series, having a lot of fights, especially when it is Titan against Titan. Having a simple shouting face that can be used for action poses, roaring, all sorts of things. It's kind of weird that that was a bonus. I do have that bonus face, but I will note that it is more so a detractor from the figure, that it doesn't come as part of the base accessories, and it is an exclusive. For the armored and female Titans, the alternate faces that those ones come with aren't nearly as vital to the figures themselves, which is cool, but it is sort of a bit of a cop-out that the Eren is missing what feels like a necessary face. But anyway, taken out of the box and put on a display here is Titan Eren, and even though it is a Yamaguchi figure, so it has stylized proportions and things like that, it's relatively close to the actual Attack on Titan style. It's more so just that it's using that Yamaguchi body type that they use for most of the male figures, so it is the same sort of body type that we would see in the Ryu Hayabusa, the Batman, the Thor, just that they are stripped down to their bare necessities because there's no armor or other gimmicks on it to hinder any of the posability or structure of the body. This is effectively what you would get with like an archetype style figure like the Bodykun and Body-chan or Figma archetypes, any sort of like blank figure model that they have from other posable figurine brands. This is effectively the Revoltech equivalent of that, just because of how stripped down it is, and it is pure muscular movement. But all of the sculpt work and detail looks really nice on the figure. There isn't a whole lot of paint on it, which is understandable, but all of the shade work is really good. It really makes all of the musculature pop. It doesn't look like anything is lost in the detail, which is very good. And the bright, piercing eyes look absolutely fantastic. But the real reason why Yamaguchi figures are so good, or Revoltech figures in general are so good, and why this figure is so sought after and already getting a re-release, is because of the posability. So the head is on a ball joint along with the neck, so it allows for some good movement and rotation, not super limited in any way at all. The arms can move out that far, rotate all the way around. There is a bicep swivel, bend at the elbow. It is sort of like on a rocking ball joint like other Revoltech figures. The arms can butterfly in that far, and you can move the sort of pecs and shoulders to allow for that more, and it creates a cool sort of look on the back and chest. Yes, the joints on the shoulders are a bit noticeable, but that's sort of the usual for this brand. There's a ball joint in the chest and waist, which allows for some really good crunching. His face did fall off, it is pretty easy to do that, and he can arc his back really well as well. And you can get some good side to side, as well as a swivel. The legs can split that far, kick forward and back that far. There is a thigh swivel at an angle. There's a bend at the knee, as well as a calf swivel. There is a pivot at the ankle, bend at the toe, and all of it feels really nice and solid. No real complaints at all in terms of how any of the joints feel. It's just really, really nice. And then you can take off any of the face plates and you can move the eyes around with the included face tool. It takes a little bit of work. This is one of the easier faces to manipulate, I will say, but it does take a bit of getting used to figure out just how well it works and to make the faces not look goofy, because it is hard to get both eyes aligned correctly. And we get a basic face out of the box with just the neutral Attack Titan face with the teeth clenched, and you can move these eyes around like I said, but you can also swap the bangs to be more actiony, and that looks really good as well. Then of course there's the Preorder bonus face, which is a asymmetrical shouting face, which looks cool. You could use it for attacks, being hit, any sort of real good pose that you can think of. I think it looks pretty good. I don't really like how the jaws are lined, but I understand why it's like that. And again, I do think it should have been included in the base set, especially since there's barely any accessories there. But with those accessories, and in particular the posability, you can get Attack Titan Eren into some really, really good poses. Of course, you can do basic ones like ready stances for boxing, a few reaction poses, things like that. He holds his weight really, really well, really good at running poses. I really like how it takes to it. The stand holds him up no problem, so you can do some good aerial poses with him too. The hardened diamond style fists look really good too, and he's just a joy to pose around. And then you can get a little bit more crazy with him, so you can do the sort of hero landing pose, which I think is the pose that they used for his pop-up parade. You can do some high kicks, no trouble. Ready stances on the ground for like dashing. He just looks really, really solid, and you can have a lot of goofy fun with him if you want. And it is just a rock solid figure. Is it worth the almost 10,000 yen? I think so, but I do think it should have come with just a touch more in terms of accessories. Even something simple like the boulder would have been cool for that scene where he plugs up Wall Maria, because then you could have had sort of like rock effects, breaking effects, or things like that. But I had to provide my own, and I think it looks really, really cool. Very scene-specific accessories sometimes work even better than like way more versatile accessories, and I think something like that would have looked really nice for Eren, especially because you could use it for a bit of set dressing if you were so inclined. But overall, it is a really, really good figure. I wasn't expecting to get it originally, but on my recent trip to Japan, I'd seen all the reviews for it, and it just happened to be there, and I didn't really want to miss out on the pre-order bonus face or buy it at a regular store and not get the bonus face, so I picked it up at the Kyoto store in Akihabara, and I am glad I grabbed it. I will probably get the armored and female titans, and I think they'll look really good in sort of action poses together, and in particular like wrestling poses with armored titan. I think that this is a really good baseline figure just to have with other action figures, but I think if you put it with other Attack on Titan figures, it'll be immensely better. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you all next time. Oh hi, I didn't see you there. As you can see, I'm hard at work making new videos for the channel. Now, while I'm happy with where the channel is right now, I could use your help. By liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel, it helps out the YouTube algorithm and recommends my channel to more people. So if you like any of my videos, please let me know, it really helps out. And if you liked this one, please let me know too. It means a lot to me and I really, really appreciate all of you guys.